Imagine hitting your 77th birthday and finally realizing that you never have to work a day in your life again. A few years later, you get a call and they tell you your retirement savings isn't enough for you to be able to live without a job. So you have to go and join the workforce again and join your old 8 to 5 job. This scenario is a lot more common than you may think. According to a report from Money Manager United, in early 2019, 20% of the labor force consisted of retirement age workers. This is the highest number of retirees working in the last 57 years. So after years of learning how to be financially stable for my retirement, I would like to extend that knowledge to you. I will discuss why retirees nowadays didn't have enough funds in their retirement, the different kinds of retirement accounts available, and also how these retirement accounts make you money in the long run. Hopefully after today, you will be encouraged to start saving for your future if you have not already. So let's start by talking about why today's retirees didn't have enough retirement in their accounts. So many retirees rely on Social Security. Actually, more than 90% rely on Social Security to be their main income, according to a Social Security Administration. But Social Security is estimated only to replace 40 to 50% of your pre-retirement income, when a lot of studies have shown that you need roughly 80% of your pre-retirement income to have a comfortable retirement. This is because living only off Social Security is annually you'd be under the national poverty level. The individuals that rely on only Social Security are the ones that are likely to return to the workforce. This is because they are living like they did prior to retirement and exhausting a lot more funds than they had then. So although relying on Social Security is possible, it is not ideal and makes your golden years not so golden. So a lot of people may think that saving for retirement is as easy as putting money into an account and just withdrawing it when you retire. Although this is partially true. It is good to be informed about what accounts are out there and how these accounts can benefit you. So the first account I'll be talking about is an IRA, an individual retirement account. This individual retirement account has a yearly contribution of $6,000 for individuals under the age of 50. If you're over 50, it's a $7,000 contribution account annually. So there's two options in this, a Roth and a traditional option. The Roth is you essentially just pay taxes on your contributions now, and when you withdraw your money, you don't have to pay taxes. Traditional is you deduct contributions now from your taxes, and you pay taxes on the withdrawals in your retirement. So Roth and traditional isn't only applied to an IRA, it is also applied to a 401k and 403 Bravo. So a 401k is an employer-based retirement account. It has a larger contribution limit than an IRA at $18,500, but these funds must come from your employment, otherwise straight out of your paycheck. So the benefit of 401k is that many of the 401k programs have an employer matching program, which they will match a certain percentage of money that you put in, usually 5%. So if you put in 5% of your paycheck monthly, they will match your 5%. This is an incentive and also basically free money into your retirement. A 403b is the main difference between this and a 401k is that it is only provided to public employees, such as school teachers. Also, it has a smaller variety of investment options. So many people wonder, how do these accounts make money in them once I put my money in there? Well, this is due to what is called compounding returns. Compounding returns is a process of you investing money, gaining, and they pay the investment you invested in pays you for it, and using that money to reinvest and getting a higher payout the next time. This repeated cycle will cause a snowballing effect, making your small contribution into a large fortune. So how retirement accounts do this is by a couple options. The first is stocks. So investing in stocks in retirement accounts is the main way people use their contributions to get money rolling for their retirement. stocks is essentially a high risk, high reward investment option where it has the highest possibility of making the most money, but also the highest possibility of losing you the most money. So investing in stocks is a bit risky. Individuals make money off of stocks through what is called dividends. The more stocks you own, the more dividends they pay you to own their stocks. So compounding returns through dividends is essentially they pay you dividends, and instead of setting those dividends inside, you reinvest them into the stock and gain more dividends the next time. So bonds, I'll be moving on to, is essentially a safer option. It's a low risk, low reward. So it's a lower payout, but it essentially works as banks do. You let them borrow your money and they pay you an interest amount for borrowing your money. And the same cycle as stocks, you use that interest and reinvest it to the original amount, and this will snowball and have a great percentage. So an example of this is a simple example: investing $1,000 into an account and leaving it there for 20 years. With compounding returns, you would earn $2,653, which is a 266% increase, versus simple returns, not reinvesting that money, you would earn 200% increase. The larger amount you contribute, the bigger this gap becomes. So for saving for your retirement, it is just relying on that compounding returns. So I will go through an example of how I'll put this all together and go through an example of how this is visually seen. So in this scenario, an individual that will retire at the age of 77 with an annual rate of 5%, gaining 5% on their investment every year. If these individuals wanted to retire with a salary of $80,000 a year, or retire with a salary of $80,000 a year, it is generally known that 80% of that annual pre-retirement is needed annually while in retirement. So 80% of this would be $64,000. So on the left side of the chart, we see a 35-year-old in the blue and a 20-year-old investing $3,000 annually, as well as on the right side, we see them investing $6,000. On the left, you see the 35-year-old with compounding interest will only gain $40,000 until the age of 77 for retirement. On the right, we see a significant difference with this compounding interest, at the 20-year-old having $1.8 million at retirement. So if they expected to have an $80,000 pre-retirement income, they would need and wanted to live expected to live to the age of 95, they would need $1.152 million. As you can see, only the 20-year-old investing $6,000 annually would reach this limit, causing him to be the only one suitable to have a comfortable retirement. So in summation, many retirees didn't have enough funds in their retirement because they didn't have a set-aside fund and had to rejoin the workforce. So for you to prevent this, you can invest in your future with the different kinds of retirement funds I've discussed. Also, knowing about these accounts and how you make money with these accounts will help you in the long run on the path to a financially stable retirement. So as everyone's financial experience is a bit different, I urge you to look a bit more into this and find what suits your needs the best. Also remember that you can control whether your golden years consist of work or relaxing days on the beach.